Hey guys, nice to be here again for this week's Oxen Labs update. The big news this week is that the Hardfork release is finally out, so we've published binaries for that. So if you're a service node operator, you can start upgrading now, and I think I looked at the computer just before I came and did this update, and I think we're about 35% of the service node network is upgraded about a day after the release, so that's a really good sign. So yeah, if you're a service node operator, we've put some instructions out on the Oxen blog. Read that. It's just the sudo apt upgrade update usual commands, and get upgraded in preparation for the hard fork, which will be on June the 14th in about 13 days. So yeah, we've been spending a lot of time on that. That's taken up most of the LokiNet and the Oxen core time, publishing new releases, making sure that everything that we want to get in those releases is actually in properly, and making sure it works on different platforms as well, and testing on our own foundation service nodes too. So that's all going good, and we should be ready and prepared for the hard fork coming up. On the session side, we kind of managed a new release for the hard fork a couple of weeks ago, so that hasn't been as big of a priority. The main stuff that we're working on is basically emoji reacts. Emoji reacts is the main thing, a little bit of performance stuff, so we're still working on the iOS database refactor, which is coming into its final stages, and the Android performance updates, just working out some final kinks on the restoring from seed front of things, making sure the UI is not blocking when someone restores from seed. We've been working on. So that's kind of been the main stuff on session. So that just wraps it up. It's been there hasn't been that many things to talk about this week, just because we've been focused on the hard fork so much. So not a lot of individual features that we're working on the platforms. But yeah, upgrade if you're a service node. Thanks guys.
Hey everybody, I'm sitting in for Josh again for the marketing portion of the lab update this week. Unfortunately, he can't make it, but you'll just have to deal with me. So last week, we got the 200th lab update out, which included a big video extravaganza with Josh, Chris, and Kee talking about, or reminiscing about, some of the things that have happened over the last few years here at Oxen, and some of the things that we anticipate are going to happen over the coming years. So if you haven't checked that video out, it's not just your standard lab update. Definitely go and watch it. It's a really good watch. We also got a video out about time to live, and about restoring and about unsending messages and self-deleting messages in session. We get a lot of questions about how message unsending and how automatically deleting messages work in session, because people don't quite understand that time to live concept. So we just wanted to explain it a little bit more. There's also, there was a bug in the Wistful Wagyu client update for session, which was making this come up a little bit more. So we really wanted to make sure that people understood time to live really clearly. The YouTube, by the way, is coming along really well. We just ticked over 10,000 watch hours, so kudos to Tom, who's standing behind the camera right now, for all the work that he's put in, really rethinking and shaping all of the video content that we do here at Oxen and Session. It's just going really well. The YouTube is growing really quickly, and it's great to see how much people are enjoying the extra video content as well. The other big thing, obviously, that happened over the last week is the Wistful Wagyu update actually was announced, and the binaries have been released. So we made sure that we got all our normal hard fork comms out, getting the message out to all the service node operators out there. If you haven't updated yet, don't stress, there's still time, but you should probably go and do it as soon as you can, because those binaries are out there for you right now. We also, after a really long time, got the help center up for session. So Chris P has been working on this for a really long time, so it was a very exciting moment when he finally got to click that button and make that go live. So that's already up now, and it's a really important extra support tool, both in terms of lightening the load for Chris P a little bit, because he won't have to do so much manual work in the support side of things, as well as just making it easier for people who are looking for answers to their questions about session. There's now this large repository of Q&As and self-help kind of stuff on the help desk platform. So that's really useful. Wes has also been chipping away at the video ads. So we've already clocked up over 10,000 impressions through our video advertisements with a really high, like over 20% engagement rate, which is really chugging along beautifully. So I'll be really interested to see how that video ad strategy continues to play out as Wes keeps tweaking it and working on it and maybe scaling it up a little bit as well. We've also had Connor working on some more UX UI kind of stuff. We're continuing some work on the menu redesign for Session. And you might have also seen Kee drop a little teaser for emoji reacts. So Connor has mocked up all of the designs for how emoji reacts will look in Session, handed that all over to the devs. Now it's up to them to make it look just as pretty as Connor intended. And the last thing, just a quick update for socials. Cam has been absolutely on a mission to try and hit over 1 million impressions in a month. He did in the last week hit 250K, which obviously would put him on track to hit 1 million. It looks like May is not the month. He's going to get that 1 million number, but hopefully June is the month that he'll finally hit that landmark. Maybe we'll buy him a cake or something. But that's pretty much everything coming out of the marketing department this week, and we'll see you next week.